My mama told me not to do it. She would tell me things like, son, run the other way, and tragically, she's not as beautiful as her face. But I ended up doing it anyway. I went and fell in love with a monster, a muse, a poet, a Medusa in Obsidian. I fell in love with you. And even now, when I see you, my joints stiffen a bit, my jaw clenches, and my eyes squint, but I do not turn to stone. I'm unmoved by your stare, immune to the snakes biting at the fingers running through your hair. I look lovingly at you still, and I do not turn to stone. Your poison courses through my veins like vitamins, viruses, and Vicodin. Your pain makes a crisscross pattern against the skin of my back like a map to perdition and penitence, plotted by a now broke slave master who takes out his frustrations on stay-behind slaves who didn't leave his ass for the northern factories and ghettos. Your beauty has been a curse since birth. And the verdant stare of Athena that made her hand unfair twisted your beauty into terror and anger, rendering men into stasis. But not me. I do not turn to stone. I see you, Dominique. Through all of the crimson and color of shadows, I can hear your heartbeat symphonies over your snarling and the gnashing of your teeth. I know that your gorgeous face is just a cup of crusted dirt covering the throat of a volcano, itching to vomit destruction. Your name is not really Dominique, it's Krakatoa, Saint Helen of Vesuvius, and I see through you like the lies of a 4-year-old. Your uncertainty and insecurity stand out like bumps and dashes to the blind, and my fingertips reveled in reading your epic tales as they trailed over your naked skin. I know you lie because you're scared. I know you steal because you're scarred. And I know you adopted the role of predator because that's how you learn to survive. And I still stare at you, and I do not blink, and I do not turn to stone. I loved you like a Muslim loves death. I waved love around like a sword until you took it from me and stabbed it into my own back. And even as I sat in the dark prison of like Jonah in a fish, bleeding out your lies into puddles, I regretted what I never got to tell you. Like, I never got to tell you how mysteriously glorious you made me feel that first day you texted me the single word that began our whirlwind romance. All you had to type was Taj, and I became instantly yours. Never got to tell you how it felt when you melted into me like dawn does the night sky that night of our first date, or how all the little things from your smile to the little love notes you leave in my pocket made the most glorious kaleidoscope. I don't know how it all exploded. Like, we appreciate Japan for Godzilla, sushi, and ninja movies, but gave them this atom bomb as a thank you. And when I tried to do us again, you gave me the gift of Nagasaki. And in the purgatory of a white whale's belly, I used to have a recurring dream where I would wake up and find you sitting at the foot of my bed, smiling at me silently like Mona Lisa. I would want to embrace you before waking up would erase you, and there I still wondered if I would get the chance to tell you how I studied the life of Amiri Baraka, one of my most favorite poets, and I noticed his wife looked just like you. The tilt of her neck, how she held her kids, how her sandal feet with bunched in warped toes looked just like yours from all that volleyball. How these random things would actually be recognizable to me was a sign, like a seed being parted by a prayer, but mamas are always right. And the hope we gave has sadly turned into hate. And our love is into a love ain't. Our Will and Jada, our Martin and Gina into a Brangelina being broken. And now I just want to drag you through broken glass and barbed wire until only Emmett Till's mother can recognize you. I do not know why that black church forgave Dylan Roof, and I don't know why the brother or the judge hugged that murdering Amber, but I do know I can't be the frog again and trust the scorpion on my back for another ride across the river. I can't let you stick the stiletto of desire into my ribs to bleed out our possibilities into a crimson river of shattered dreams or blood-spattered period poems about what we could have been or supposed to be. There will always be that spark that people saw when we hugged in March, but I can't be the firefighter to your pyromania. I have no more blood for you to collect from my neck to sip out of a diva cup. I want to kiss you and squeeze your neck closed at the same time and inhale your struggling breath so that you will always be a part of me. Hell, I don't know what it is I even feel for you. That I feel anything is a blessing I don't think you even deserve. And the irony about Medusa is that she was the most beautiful woman in the world, and the men did what men still do to beauty today. They raped it, and Athena did to her what we do to rape victims today. We blame them and make them ugly, and you did what Medusa did. You accepted and put on the mask of ugliness that someone else made for you. I wish you knew how untrue to yourself you still really are, how your poems are just fabled bandages hiding you like a mummy, how you weaponized your low self-esteem to turn into a minstrel superstar. Hey Dominique, meet Stacey Dash. I don't know why God gave me such a beautiful affliction, but now when I wake up, I no longer see you smiling at me at the foot of the bed. But that's probably because of the other feet entangled there with mine. And the lesson I've learned that your few remaining friends have not gotten yet is, as I learn to love myself more, I've learned to love you less. And I know the temptation that accompanies the fact that as I love you at distance becoming more distant, you inexplicably are still obsessed with me. You want to reject me and still hold me close, but remember, the only one who could stop the Dragon Queen was Jon Snow, who loved and knew her the most, and Perseus knew that in order to stop Medusa, he'd have to use a strategy of reflection to get near her. And one day, my dearest Dominique, you'll wake up from a dream, find me at the foot of your bed smiling and lovingly holding a mirror.